Today we're going to tackle about the negative and positive impacts of social, environmental, and economic side of tourism.
They are called butandings here, which means the sea's gentle giants. Tourists travel to central Philippines hoping to catch a glimpse of the biggest whale sharks in the world. Some of them grow to as much as 14 meters. Despite their size, though, they are not a threat to humans. Classified as filter feeders, living only on planktons and krills. Visitors can snorkel and interact with them, all for $10. The Philippine government has classified them as endangered species and has reminded local establishments to make sure that the whale sharks are protected. There are guidelines for tourists before they can head into the water. Feeding and touching the whale sharks are not allowed. But the concern here is proximity. Tourists and boats are way too close to them, leaving many of these creatures vulnerable to injuries, according to conservationists.
Is it safe to walk underneath these power lines?
Kamusta,
Doug, do you want your kids to grow up around here?
Absolutely not. And they'd definitely be wearing shoes if they were.
What do you think about the clothes?
I don't know if it's worth risking your life to dry them that way.
How did they even get the clothes out there?
And are they even clean?
War veterans coming back to Asia. Easy love, cheap, beautiful girls, sun, paradise, and an endless supply of women. A new phenomenon began. This young Thai businessman has agreed to come with us to Pattaya's beachfront. Usually, he does everything to avoid it.
Go make love in my room. You can. Oh my God!
I believe if they have the way or they have the choice, have the good job, I think they don't do that. They do because really need the money. For me, if I see this.
Hi, I'm Dave, proud owner of a working peach orchard and big-time supporter of promoting tourism. So, John and Jane had explored their options, booked their travel, and planned their vacation. They packed their bags and off they went. End of story, right? Actually, this is where the real story begins, because what do you think John and Jane do when they get to the perfect place? Guess what? They spend their money. They spend their money on their rental car, in their hotel, seeing the attractions, enjoying outdoor activities, shopping, and dining out. They're happy they came to the perfect place. Woohoo! You know who else is happy? The hotel they stayed in, of course, and the bellman at the hotel, the workers at the local company that supplies his uniform, the stores they shop at, and the banks they use. And then there's the restaurant where John and Jane ate dinner, and the waitress who served them their wine? She's happy too. So's the local vineyard that grew the grapes that made the wine, the people who bottled it, and the drivers who brought it into town, and the peach farmer who supplied the peaches for the cobbler that the waitress served John and Jane for dessert. That's why someone like me cares about tourism in somewhere like the perfect place. Yes, I'm a farmer, but I'm also a businessman, and I can draw a lot of conclusions from that story. I bet you can too. Tourism creates jobs. It brings in spending. And tourists pay taxes, which means locals pay less. But tourism is competitive, and without the marketing engine that drives it, people like John and Jane will take their money to some other destination, where it'll benefit some other local economy. Let's make sure our local economy grows. Let's feed it, nurture it, help it along, so it becomes strong, healthy, and delicious. Tourism is vital to us, like oranges to Florida, cars to Michigan, or wine to Napa. Without marketing funding, many visitors will find the perfect place somewhere else. Tourism pays for everyone.
So that's all for our today's episode.
We hope you enjoyed today's topic.
Till next time, this is Gay